everybody, welcome back to Fecal Matters News. I'm here again today to share some humour with you, some funny things, and to get the conversation going. I don't normally get to talk to normal human beings about poop, so I can only talk to my fellow sufferers in general. So that's what this is about today, the conversation. Okay, again, trigger warning, if you don't like graphic medical details about the human body, this is not for you. I do use a lot of toilet humour for my fellow badasses out there living with chronic diarrhoea, and this is to help improve our mental health and to find humour in something that is so detrimental to our everyday well-being. Okay, so companion animals for the day. We've got a bonus cat today. There's 2 cats in here, and they look like they're very attentive to their human needs, and what great support system you would have there. So tell me about your pets. I want to hear, do they follow you to the bathroom? Are they good comfort to you when you're sad and you've got a bad arse and you're having a terrible day? My cat's a great comfort to me. All right, so poop news. Now, this is news about a new medication called Ozempic. I think it's popular in the United States. It's my understanding it's a medication for diabetes, and but a lot of celebrities have been taking it for its weight loss properties that it has, and apparently a major side effect of it is chronic diarrhoea, and so bad and so fast and so aggressive is the diarrhoea that they can't even make it out of their bed in time to go to the bathroom. So 30% of the users have been either tolerating or not tolerating chronic diarrhoea, which is induced by this medication. That's great fun. Our superpower is that we have that kind of diarrhoea every day. But I wonder if some of the people are like, I don't care, I'm going to suffer the consequences because I just want to be skinny anyway. Some people are like that, but that's an interesting choice for sure. Got a glory hole today. Fabulous toilets, that's what we call glory holes. Somewhere that you would feel very special going into and having a sit down. This one's a literal throne, and it's very golden, so very sparkly and bling bling. Look at that, it looks amazing. I would feel very special sitting upon that throne, even in the throes, in the depths of a terrible episode of chronic diarrhoea. That would cheer me up a little bit to be in there. Oh dear, we got a funny issue. Someone here didn't quite make it home to go to the toilet, and they seem to have had a horrific accident whilst on their bike. I feel sorry for the person. Rectal incontinence is something that can happen if you have chronic diarrhoea. It certainly happens to me. And there are incontinence products out there, so I will talk about those later on. Poor person. All right, now this is a hypothetical product. What if you didn't want to use toilet paper again? How would you clean yourself? This is a roto wipe. It looks very aggressive. I'm sure those bristles are quite tough. I think it would probably remove all of the skin from my bum. So yeah, that would be a terrible idea. Good to think about the environment and not to have to rely on paper, but bamboo toilet paper now, cotton wool toilet paper, recycled toilet paper. There's all kinds of alternate options out there. Back in lockdown 1, do you remember? The hardest thing on earth to get was toilet paper. And if, like me, you're a agoraphobic hoarder who gets anxiety when I have to think about going outside, and I like to make sure I'm stocked up on everything, in that first couple of weeks of lockdown 1, when everyone was sad because they couldn't get to toilet paper, I went to my cupboard where I store all the toilet paper, and I counted. I had 110 rolls of toilet paper, so I was in pretty good shape. And I'm sure many of you, if you've got chronic diarrhoea, were well stocked up as well. There's a couple of private Facebook groups where people were showing photos of their toilet paper mountains, but we weren't sharing it publicly because we were scared we were going to get people come and steal our toilet paper. So, but those earrings do look amazing. I would very much like to have those earrings. Now, what happens when you mistake a fart for something else? Well, you think it's a fart, but it's not. It's something else. So, you know, that could look quite messy, much like the image of the item on the food packet here. Not to gross you out or anything. Grim. That looks grim. Okay. Exhaustipated, when you're too tired to give a shit. Well, my body, even if I'm very tired and exhausted, my body will cause chronic diarrhea whether I consent to it or not. So even in the deep throes of complete and utter exhaustion, my body's always going to give a shit. So, because I'm medically incapable of being full of shit, which is great. Toilet paper wiping techniques here. This is of great study, great interest. You know, there's a good range of options here. 10 different options. These are all pretty out there, extreme sports level of butt wiping. I have a different method myself. 3 sheets of toilet paper, twice. Then my beloved preparation H wipes. 2 of those to make sure everything is sparkling and clean, because you can get serious skin infections if you don't wipe properly. But some interesting techniques there if you're feeling like living life on the wild side, that's for sure. Kitchen roll, all happy and content until the time comes when someone's run out of toilet paper and all they've got is kitchen roll left. It's larger than toilet paper, which would help if you had a particularly messy, explosive incident, but the poor toilet paper, that's the sadness. Oh, when you've been away from home and you're outside and you really want to go to the toilets and you just can't wait to get home, because there's nothing like pooping at home, let's face it. If you need to be having chronic diarrhea, you want to be in your own bathroom. It doesn't matter how nice the other toilets are, you want the privacy of your own bathroom, because screaming in public toilets is generally frowned upon. They should play heavy metal music in public bathrooms, because the screaming and the bodily function noises that come with chronic explosive diarrhea are for real. But yes, the enjoyment of going home to go to the toilet is amazing. Okay, so this is a product hero I want to tell you about. So I've been honest and open and shared that I get rectal incontinence. It's not an everyday issue, but it is something that is basically, it's going to ruin your day if you don't make it to the toilet on time. And this is a product I would recommend as to diminish the sadness caused by not making it to the toilet on time. Because if you're just wearing your clothes, you poop in your underwear, it seeps through, it goes into your clothes and possibly on furniture or anywhere else. And that is a terrible sadness because it's happened to me before. So here's what I do to guard against that. I use incontinence pants or pads or various things depending on what it is. So if I'm really unwell and there's been 20 toilet visits in a day, it's the pads. But I do walk with a cane, so I do have mobility restrictions because of joint injuries due to my illness. But I do wear the pads as well. Now, you're still going to need to go and clean yourself up. You can't just poop in there and then the poop magically disappears. But it is not going to ruin your day as much as pooping with your clothes on and then it's seeping into furniture. So this is a good way of protecting against that. So I do wear the pads every day, and I have pants for when I'm feeling particularly unwell and there's a greater risk. So the pads are just there. It's something to help my anxiety, that if something terrible were to happen, it wouldn't be as catastrophic as it would be. Now, this company are great. So it's called Incontinence Choice. It's based in the UK. you can buy their incontinence products VAT free in the UK because it's considered to be a disability item, and chronic diarrhea is legally considered to be a disability in the UK. So this is something that I would recommend to everyone. They have a great range of products, various sizes. I'm overweight. I'm a UK dress size 22, and I can fit into their extra large incontinence pants. So you'd be surprised at the range of sizes if that's something you're worried about. Is that it won't necessarily fit you. They do have a good range of products in here. They're VAT free. You can subscribe to them. The company is really amazing, and they've got all different kinds of brands. This is their own brand one, which is very cost effective. If you look at this in comparison to the prices for a name brand item, this would be completely different. So that's my product hero of today, and have a look at the website and see what you think. This is a hellhole. Imagine this was your toilet. What kind of explosive poop would you need to have one of these racing gaming seats for? I mean, it would add some flair and brightness to the bathroom, but not very easy to keep clean, I imagine, and kind of terrifying to look at. Might add some comfort, but at the same time, it's a little bit scary. Okay, interesting product of the day. Okay, Poop Assassin. Look at this. It is a motorised toilet brush for when you really need to clean up and things get a little bit messy. Very interesting. Could save on a lot of elbow grease if you have trouble with mobility and bending over like I do. This could be a great aid. I like the theme that it's all brown. I like the fact that it's motorised. Very interesting indeed. Okay, so again, thank you to everyone today for joining me here on Fecal Matters News, and I hope I cheered you up. I hope you had a laugh. I hope you have a good bowel movement. I hope you have some good stories. I hope you like sharing the humour and talking to other people that also have chronic diarrhea, and I've got no one to talk to about it because all their friends are horrified if you actually tell them anything. So yes, all things poop related. Any feedback you've got for me or funny memes, stories, please email them to me. I would love to hear, and we could share some stories here as well. That would be amazing. Don't worry, I'll anonymise you if you're worried about being found out. But anyway, thank you so much for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you again.